Yay. That's the one. I did it this time. Or you did it.
Yep.
It's done. Okay.
It's a so good.
Hi, it's your ugly cousin. Hi. You taking my candle?
Yeah.
Okay.
My camera's being stupid and I want to burn.
Okay.
You know what? And I don't know.
You want hot cocoa too? Hot cocoa. How y'all doing? Huh? Everybody okay? Let's throw this shit back there. Ow, this shit. I didn't come to sip tea. Y'all know who to go to sip tea. I'm a tea sipper, but that's not what I'm sipping right now. I'm sipping cocoa right now. And speaking of cocoa, let me share about the other woman. Remember I told you I was going to do two women this month? One was Sarah Botman and the other is Sandra Bland. So I have done my Sandra Bland video, and now this is Sarah Botman. Sarah Bartman. Now, I see the spelling of Barrtman, and then I see Bartmann. And tomato, tomato. Okay? Sarah Bartman. Okay? So Sarah was born, y'all. I took notes. Because see, Sandra, I remember that. Sarah, I heard about her. And I had to look her up. And when I looked her up, she was born in 1789 to the Khoi tribe in South Africa. It was a bunch of cattlemen, you know, and the cattlemen got taken over by the Dutch colony and became enslaved to them. And when Sarah was 2, her mom passed. And then when she was just a young adult, I mean, teenager, not a young adult, early teens, so probably 14 or 15, something like that. Her father died. He was killed in the war. He you know the British. No, let me see. The Dutch. It was the Dutch that invaded that region. Okay, so she was left alone at a very early age. At 16, she got married. They didn't say what her husband's name was. They did not give her name change or anything. They just said that he joined this war that the colonists had brought to their village, and he got killed in the war, and she was alone again. So okay, she married him at 16. They had a baby. Baby died before he did. So the baby did not, I don't think, live to be one. Then he died. So there she alone again. Okay, so this man caught her attention. Let me see if I gotta find the notes because I want to be accurate. Okay, y'all, you can look her up. Okay, the first video I saw about her was called "Use and Abuse," but there are multiple videos about her, and she met this man, Cesar. Cesar convinced her to move to Cape Town as a servant. That's what everybody did, a servant. They were all servants. So she moved to Cape Town and was a servant for his brother. Now, Cesar was a free black man. So I'm guessing if his brother, she was serving to his brother, the brother probably was, these are speculations. It was just something that I read. Now, you look into it and tell me what you saw. When I looked into it, they said he was a free black man. But the man that took her to Cape Town and displayed her was his brother. His brother and he were the handlers. Then they met another man named William Dunlop. Okay? So these 3 men took her all around Cape Town making money off her. Pimping her out. Okay? I mean, that's not what they called it back then, but That's what we call it, okay? So they took her out there and they was pimping her out, and she spoke broken English and broken French, and she spoke German in her native tongue. She did not read all of these languages. In her culture, they did not write or record anything. They kept no records of their existence. So they didn't, they were completely illiterate at that time, back then. And so she signed a contract. And I mentioned this before, that if she was illiterate, the contract should have been non void. And they should have just sent her home. But they did do a trial and said that she was being mistreated, but they pulled out documents saying that she signed it and that she was getting good treatment. And they said slavery was over and we're dealing with this and you're going to have to stop mistreating this woman, and promised to give her better treatment, better clothing, better food, a better accommodations, because they were keeping her in a cage. And kept her pretty much in a lion, what they call them, things that the men wear in front of they self. I wrote it down because I don't wear that stuff, so I wasn't gonna remember. But it's the lion skin. They make it to cover up the, you know, your privacy. I can't find that. I'm so unorganized, y'all. What it is that my handwriting is bad, and that's what I'm reading. My handwriting. So that's what they had her going around in, and dancing in this lion cloth, and and sometimes they would make, if they got enough money, they'd make her go out there nude. I know they had to really force her to do it because she refused to do it. So on those occasions that she did do it, she was forced. Now if she's saying no, 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 I'm not doing that. They even, like I said, pimped her out. If you got enough money, you can have some, you know? And so she had a contract for 5 years, and then she should be able to go home, back to her land. So she was convinced by the William Dunlop, to go to London, because after the trial and everything, they wasn't gonna give her better treatment. So they just took her to another part of the region. So they took her to London, the Piccadilly, where strange acts and unusual things were displayed there. And they continued the mistreatment of her. And this man named Reeks bought her from the Cesar family. And when he bought her, he did not honor the 5-year contract. He kept her until death. Okay? He allowed a scientist to experiment on her. He let me give you his name. Peter William. Oh no, that was her original owner. Cesar. He was the one who first owned her. The colony gave her away or sold her. But the other man that bought her from Cesar, I'm looking for his name, y'all. We ain't in no hurry, is we? I'm trying to let my hot chocolate cool. Okay. So these people, the Cesar family, they were supposed to be giving her money for her to save her money up so she can go back to her native land. But instead, when that contract was up, they sold her to this man. I'm looking for his name. Okay? Because I wrote it down. Kettle? No, that was what he kept her in a kettle. He kept her in a large kettle. Wait till I find his name. Okay? His name is not on this page either. Okay, and I need to keep this one because this is what happened after she got with him. Okay, so Sarah was described as a hard working woman, which what choice did she have? Okay, but then they said she was pleasant, had a wonderful personality, was um well spoken, spoke 4 different languages, and but you can speak it, but you can't write it, and you can't um read it. Illiterate. So she could communicate, but she could not defend herself. She didn't know her rights. She didn't know what to do, and they totally took advantage of her her positioning in life, and she worked hard. No matter, I mean, whatever you're gonna do, be good at, right? So this is what she had to do, and so she tried to be good at what she was doing, and when she left, she thought she was going to make money and was going to come back and help her colony, and but when she got over there, the Europeans were so fascinated with her skin coloring and her large buttocks. They were totally fascinated, and someone told them that there's something different about a JJ of a black woman, and they paid extra money to look up the lion cloth to try to see her private. And this is what she was subjected to. And I'm sure that the dancing, okay, I'll do it. And y'all keeping me in the cage, okay, all right. But then this man who I can't find his name, it must be on this. Okay, here it is. He sold her to a man named Reeks. Reeks. They don't say a first name. They don't say if that's the first or the last. They just say Reeks. So he bought her, and he did not honor her contract. And when he had her, it was this man named Kavar, George Kavar. He was a naturalist, and he wanted to study her. And him and anatomists, zoologists, and physiologists studied her. Okay? But at last year of her life, okay, because yeah, she died in 1816. Yeah. She left her homeland in 1810. She was supposed to be coming back in 1815. But 1815, he sold her to the Leeks man. What did I say his name was? Reeks. Sold him to Reeks. And Reeks kept her in a cage with a baby orangutan. Okay? Because they said that that black people aren't human. He was studying her to prove that she wasn't human. And they concluded that she was a link between animals and humans. Okay? So March, is that correct? Okay, she passed away 1816. They don't know if she passed away from syphilis, gonorrhea, smallpox, or pneumonia. Ain't that a combination? They don't know which one it was though. But the way they treated her, it could have been all of it. Okay? Could have been all of it. Because she didn't have a say in her own life. She was ran by people who did not care for her. They were using her for her physical only. Her spiritual, her emotional didn't matter. dance to this day. She went, okay, when she died, the man who was running experiments on her got her body from the police and dissected her body, put her brain, pickled her brain and her genitals, pickled them, and had them on display at a museum in London. I had that written down too, but you can fact check. Go see. She died, and they put her on display with her genitals and her brain on display, y'all. And she stayed there on display all the way up until 1974. Now remember now, didn't I say 1800s? 1810, 1815, 1974, that woman was still in the museum. Then they put her in a basement. Then Nelson Mandela, when he was president, made a formal request to have her body sent back to her homeland so that she can be properly buried. I think the process took 6 to 8 years because the French decided to put in a bill that nobody else could just come and take their treasures back that they stole from anybody, quote unquote. Okay, it took them that long to come up with a bill to protect them from all of the stuff they done stole from all other the regions of the world, and they don't want nobody else coming and getting it because they stole it. It's theirs. Okay, so they made a bill so that other people can't just come do that, and then they released her. Okay, but they put that woman on display for over 100 years. Okay, and when she passed away, the man dissected her. And then did a mold of her body, and when they put the her away downstairs in the room or whatever they call it museum, they kept the mold. See, that was her actual, you know how you stuff a bear or a deer or something, that was actually her stuffed in the museum. Then they took it down and put the body cast up. Then they took it away because people were talking about how humiliating it was that once upon a time France treated black people like they were animals and had them in cages. And you can check the history. There's some other places that did that too. But they want to dehumanize us, black women. They want to dehumanize us, black people. They've always said, my grandfather told a story about his father in the war, and they gave special privileges to black men who would put a fake tail on and run around and pretend that they got a tail. Okay, because over there they were told that we're ape-like, monkey-like, or whatever, and so when they were over there in the war, they would display themselves as if they were, had a tail or something. And it was like, it's not a big thing, it's a tail. But no, it's a big thing. Okay? So yeah, it's just how they project us. And so Sarah went back in 2002 to her country and was buried. That was just 20 years ago, you guys. Okay? And she finally had her decent burial. And now in August, I wrote it down. Y'all know I'm not good with notes. I need to memorize stuff because I'm not good with notes. But August is Women's Day in South Africa. This is Women's Month. So I'm honoring these two ladies on my channel in Women's Month. But Women's Month in Africa is in August. It's Women's Day. It's not Women's Month. It's Women's Day. And if I see it before I put this stuff down, I will share it with you. Okay? And still to this day, they did a movie. French people did a movie called it Black Venus, Venus Noir. Okay? A movie about her. Still trying to make money off of this woman. After they humiliated her. They want to humiliate her in death. They capitalized on her in her life, and now they still capitalize on her in her death. So that tells me that they still have no respect for her. Nor me, nor anybody that look like me. And if you think you're wrong, okay? Because this woman just went and got buried for hundreds of years. Some people say it was 200. I wrote it down. I know that it was at least 180 something years before she went back to her homeland. I know that. Angel, I disappeared. What the hell just happened? What in the hell? Did y'all see me go through all that? Okay, so I don't know what I did, but I tried to do something. Well, yeah, so they made a movie about her. They called it what I just told y'all a little while ago. And I've never seen the movie. I'm not interested in seeing the movie because they're just making money off of how they exploited her. And I'm very happy that Nelson Mandela and the rest of her tribe, the woman wrote a song about her and said, "We bringing you home." And then a man wrote a book about her, and it brought attention back to her. And they started um, spinning them wheels, and they got her home, and they got her buried. And I'll only bring her up. I picked her and Sandra because when you are not respected, this is what happens. Why wouldn't they want to respect that one? They made all that money off of her, and when she died, the man just left her there, her owner. So the man who was doing all these experiments on her and stuff, who knows what he was doing experiment? They had a right to do anything. Who knows what they and when she was with the Caesar family, she had another baby. But that baby died when it was about 4 or 5 years old. Wasn't much talk about that, in the research that I was looking into. I didn't find out much about it. But so she bared two children, but none of them lived to be adults. And she died at the age, I believe it was 28. Okay? Now I might got my women confused. Oh shucks, I don't erased her age. Okay? And I don't see my other ladies' papers. But they both were in their mid 20s. 26 and 28. One was 26, one was 28. Okay, prime of their life. Okay, that's when everything is. You know what I'm saying? We looking our best, feeling our best, smelling our best. Okay, some of the best times happened during that time. Okay, and one was treated like a servant and a prostitute her whole life, and the other one was treated insignificant. That man treated her like she had no right. Uh, Sarah was treated like a prostitute. Sandra was treated like she was insignificant. The bottom line is today, because this was just in 2015, that say her name, y'all, Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland. Okay? Say it. Okay? I'm saying that these women, 2015, it was 2019 for me, y'all. Don't wait for your turn to come. Say something now. Speak up now. I was under a rock didn't want to come from under there. When I came from up under my rock, I got slapped with reality. Okay? Hmm. I'm just saying I didn't ask for this, but it is what it is. In this country, we are tools to be used against each other. Okay? Any other nationality of females look down at us. But they want to what you call it, imitate us. Okay? They talk about everything from our head to our toe because we're diverse. Okay? Because some of our sisters look one way and some look another. When they all look alike, they have all these different titles, but they all look the same pretty much to me. So, but they probably say that about us too. But see, you could come from France, but you still black. You could come from Africa. They'll call you an African American. Africans don't like that shit either. You could come from Switzerland. Oh, there's some black folks there, but you're still called black. I don't care what region we are at. We say we come from. They just call us black. Okay? I know some Irishmen say ain't no Irish, ain't no out here. Keep on looking. I know they there. I know they is. Y'all just don't want us to know. They there. They been there. Okay? Where they at? This ghetto. Hmm. Okay? So we talked about that, didn't we? They designed that just for us. Remember? Well, and our cousins, them Jews, right? Hmm. Let's see. Don't get mad, my Jewish cousins, because I don't know about your culture. Because I'm not mad at you for not knowing about mine. How about that? So when you show some interest in mine, also some interest in yours, we can trade war stories. Okay? But as long as I'm insignificant, I'm focusing on me. Okay? I cannot focus on everybody of the world because my people are not united. My people are so busy trying to decide if they want to be in the field or in the house that we can't get unity. So I really don't have time to figure out why y'all had a Holocaust and whatever your history is, all of it. Okay? We trying to figure ours out. Okay? Give us some space, 50 feet, so we can figure our shit out. Okay? We have been fucked off for so many years. Whoops, am I cussing? Damn. We have been messed off for so many years. Y'all need to give us 50 feet and let us find ourselves. Okay? From her to her daddy to her mama. Because it was neglect for her mama to die so young. It was I don't give up. Made her daddy die so young. Okay? And it was the same reason why she died so young. That woman didn't even see 30. Two children that she never got a chance to raise. Okay? She was just literally drugged around with a collar on her neck. Okay? And when they said that was inhumane and she is human and y'all can't do that to her, they took her to London. Because London Bridge is falling down. Remember that? That was the plague, y'all. They had no morals. Okay, I ain't been to London, but I'm just saying. This your ugly cousin signing out. I'll be back with some more facts. Okay? Don't get mad at me, because I know my history. Learn yours, okay? That's all I've been doing is checking out my history. Okay? But this your ugly cousin signing out for real. And I'll see y'all next time. Just, try to not be so mean to your cousins. Because they are cousins. We all in this together, believe it or not. See you next time. Signing out. Okay. Oh, is this it? That's it right there. I